on the 14th floor, and we've had a major pipe break, and we're extracting the water off the concrete floor. Pipe broke about 11:30 Saturday evening. We got the call about 2 o'clock Sunday morning. In less than 2 hours, we had a crew of 20 and a van full of equipment on site, ready to attack and start the cleanup. A lot of the water came down through these elevators. We have a bank here of them. We have a lot of water in the basement. What we're doing here is we're in the bottom of the elevator pit, and we've got a little bit of odor because this pit was wet. We drained it, we dried it. Still a little damp maybe on the floor, so we've got some air movement, some deodorant block, and we're basically just trying to get some airflow up into the shaft and see if we can't control the odor. Over here in this car, we've done the same thing with a couple of blowers, and we're adding some odor counteractant along with some microbands to help control the odors. So here we're taking moisture readings, we're taking temperature and humidity, and we mark it down on our pages based on location in the unit. Over here we're extracting water from the carpets, and we'll be setting up fans and dehumidifiers. Here we're taking the moldings off so that we can get to the drywall, cut some holes in the drywall, make access for air movement into the wall cavity. In this case here on the 9th floor, we've set up some containment. We're working on scraping the plaster finish coat off the scratch coat so that we can get some heavy duty drying in there. We're going to set up our dehumidifiers and blowers within the containment area in order to really help dry out the plaster. So we're scraping the plaster off with the chipping gun, knocking that plaster right off so that we can, like I said, dry out the scratch coat. You can see we're in full containment. You can see in here we're doing the same thing. You can see we're breaking the plaster off. I want to point out that we have the negative air machine drawn through the plastic so that we're taking the dust out and drawing some negative air to make sure that the dust is staying within this plastic containment. Okay, we're in another bathroom where we have to remove some of the ceiling because we've got a lot of wet plaster up above the ceiling. Alright, so we're opening that up, and we've got the containment set up the same way with the negative air machine drawing it through the plastic. Here we are on another floor where we've got equipment set up. We've extracted some of the carpets. You can see we've pulled the base molding and put access holes to dry out the wall cavities. Got blowers set up, dehumidifiers. On this location, we've scraped the walls, scrape the plaster off in order to get some drying into the plaster. Actually, we scraped the paint and the finish coat of the plaster off. However, we've had some difficulty tripping breakers with our equipment. Minor amount of equipment, but it's enough to trip the breakers in these old commercial buildings. Got some plaster up there in the ceilings. Drying out the carpets.